so that you can share it from here on out. So Euphoria, you guys all know that there are big things cooking here. And Kyle, you're going to share your screen, yes? Yep. Okay, great. So Kyle's going to take us into it. I'm going to take you guys through some of the newest and greatest here with Euphoria before we actually get started with content. And for those of you that have been kind of following the corporate calls, the Wednesday night calls, the Saturday morning calls, it's exciting to see what this company is doing. And for me personally, what's really cool about it is that every single thing that I have seen Euphoria do in my year with them has been at a world-class level. And for those of you guys that have been in this industry before, or even those that haven't, understand that the amount of things that this company has been able to put into place at the level they are doing it is really unheard of in this space. It really, really is. So consider yourselves very lucky to be a part of this. So tonight, after a little bit of promotion and a little bit, a couple of reminders, we're really going to be talking tonight about the power of the three-way call, okay, and the power of edification. Both of which are skills that are simple to master. Once you do, you open up Pandora's box. Anything is possible after that. And so that's going to be a little bit later. We're going to move through a couple of the promo pieces, some things I want you guys to be sure that you're aware of. This Wednesday, October 16th, is our first Euphoria Live Unplugged. And what that means is that once a week, in lieu of the corporate call that used to be at 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain, every single week, and most of the time was hosted by a leader or Ron, those are now going to be live experiences. And what's going to happen is Ron is going to these locations. There's been 6 or 7 chosen. First one in California this coming Wednesday. And they're going to actually do home events live using the push and play. So the push and play system, guys, is the most duplicatable way to share this message. And actually now I think they even have a voiceover edition too for a time when you may want to send it out to somebody that's not necessarily live. So these live experiences, they can be anything, okay? They can be a hosted breakfast. I know somebody in Ohio who does these really cool luncheons once a week. Home parties, we all know about home events, right? Hotels, one-on-ones, they can be anything. And so basically these live experiences, they're going to be in lieu of those Wednesday night calls. So I still want you to plan on your calendar for the Wednesday night corporate call, but instead you're going to be invited into a live experience. Holiday bonus promo. All of us can use a little extra money during the holidays. So for this is really, really cool. There's also going to be coming, I don't know any of the details, however, coming up are going to be some like Cyber Monday and Black Friday sales and that kind of thing. However, during the month of November, when you enroll 10 new customers or nutritionists, you actually become eligible for what we call double pay. Okay, and doubled fast start bonuses or first start bonuses will be paid for you December 10th. So instead of being paid once on those 10 new customers or nutritionists, you will now be paid twice on December 10th, thereby doubling that one bonus in the comp plan. It really is pretty powerful. If you guys do the customer blitzes, get out into the field. Ron says over and over again, belly to belly to belly to belly to belly is the way right now. And I'll tell you something, we did our first event here in Michigan last Monday, and from there we have converted more that we saw face to face than we have online in the same amount of time. So it's true, belly to belly is important. So let's get out and talk to people. Also, our customer referral program, same exact thing happens as nutritionists, okay? So no matter if you're a customer or you're a nutritionist, you have the ability to get discounts on your own product. And guys, really your own product, not only is it good for you health-wise, but it's really just overhead in your business and minimal at that. However, you have the ability to lower that, okay? So one customer is gonna get you 25% off, 2 customers will get you 50% off, 3 75% off, and at 4 customers, you do not pay for your product at all. So imagine running a business with, basically an unlimited earning potential for no overhead, right? Like that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And so take advantage of these things, guys. They're in place to help you succeed. For those of you that have not had a chance to really take a peek at the push and play, there was a time when we had a 4-part compensation or getting started series. And while they were great, they were not as great as the 2-part. Okay, obviously simplifying and bringing things a little bit more in line time-wise always makes sense. I love these 2 chapters that Ron did. It is the close. Okay, it is the close. You do not need to be a master closer any longer. Just let the tools do the work. To give you an idea, comp plan, I mean, this is a little bit beyond what we're really going to talk about today, but this information is at your disposal. Okay, so just if you do not know where to find it, ask the person who sponsored you and they can point you in the right direction. Daily pay, this is actually an incredible part of the comp plan and very rare in this industry. And I wish I knew, I should have looked up the stat. Eric Worre told me once about the stat that if somebody makes even $1, they have a tendency to stay on like 90 days longer than they normally would. Like $1. Okay, so when you go into your back office and you see money daily revenue in your business, what the automatic connotation of that is that this can work. This works, right? And so it doesn't matter if it's $5 or $500. The fact of the matter is, when you earn, your belief level goes up. Car bonus. Everybody's excited about this one. We have a very lucrative one here at Euphoria. Up to $900 as you rank. But I mean, just even at the innovator level, you get a $400 car bonus towards your own car or towards a new car. It doesn't matter how you use it. Generator 500, but we go all the way from 400 to 900. I know every single person on here is excited about Practrician. When anybody who has the opportunity to get onto one of Joel's calls, Joel Guerin's calls, Practrician for Nutritionists, take advantage, guys. They're posted in Wellspan for Life Facebook page. When you hear and you understand the power of what Practrician is, and you don't have to be worried about, like, you have to do this right now, like right now. Not everybody's going to do Practrician, but the fact of the matter is the snowball effect of this particular line, while it's going to be a little bit tougher to break into those fields and you have to be certified, the fact of the matter is that once this thing rolls, which I give it probably 8 months or a year before it is really starting to compound, the possibility is really, really crazy. And so I encourage you to learn as much as you can about this, but do not wait for this to build your business. Okay, there's still 6 billion people in the world that can use this without their doctor telling them. Okay, marketing resources, guys, you know them hopefully. EuphoriaScience.com/resources. This is my go-to, and it's also for the people that I am talking to that want to know more. I send them here and I let them figure out for themselves what they want to learn. Okay, don't be afraid to use those as resources. And then of course there's Rapid Funnel. Now, quick testimonial on Rapid Funnel. Rapid Funnel it wasn't my go-to when I first started. Okay, I used the Euphoria app almost exclusively. And I did have this all the way back in December, never really spent a lot of time with it. Tom didn't spend a lot of time with it. And then I heard about this contest. And I'm like, okay, so Tom and I went in and we did place in here at 11 through 20. I won't be that far down with the next contest. However, what I will tell you about this is it is a game changer for somebody who's serious about running their business and having more tools than just the corporate videos. There are surveys in here. There's all different types of CRM capabilities in order to track different things. That I really encourage you to look into Rapid Funnel. It is not expensive. It's like 20 bucks a month for the full-blown thing, and it's a business expense, guys. You can see here, I really want to congratulate Mr. Sean Zimmer. There were 3 of them. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Sean, Sherry Girl, and Julia who were neck and neck and neck on this thing up until the very last moment. And Sean pulled it out the end. He actually did disrupt the marketplace. He shared the videos and the tools more than anybody else. I think he might have had 350 some engagements, and he won free tickets to Puerto Rico, both airfare and tickets to the actual event. And then we have Sherry, John, Julia, all these guys right here. We have it looks like Carmen, Randy, Angel, so many of them, Naj, Monica. I can't see beyond your faces, but so many people got involved in this. And you know, the thing is that the contest is fun, but what's even more fun is having a pipeline that's that full. So use this. Go on, check out Rapid Funnel. There is a freemium version. However, you'll immediately be like, oh, I need to upgrade. You'll want all the metrics for sure.
Can I share something real quick with this one?
Mm-hmm.
I love, we had, so two things are going to happen here with what we're doing. And to be able to participate, they have a freemium version. You can send the videos out. But what we're doing with the contest to be able to, you know, engage people on a gamification side of things is you want to be a part of the paid side, which is really nothing. I mean, I spent $600+ to be able to tap into ClickFunnels and build my own. It's all done for us. So all you have to do is just learn a very simple way to bring your contacts in through importing or via your, you know, just plugging it in. And that gives you an opportunity to get these out more efficiently, get it out quickly. No one there to follow up, has a drip campaign, has all of these different benefits and factors you'll be continue to learn about. But to participate in these fun contests, you got to be a paid user, which is only $19.95 on a monthly basis.
Yes.
So again, it's month to month, but this is my whole business from my phone. All day, every day, I'm just having a quick conversation or I'm sending a quick text and then sending the video. Let this do the work for you. We'll talk about this here shortly, but this is what's big. So to participate in these, you want to make sure that you are a paid member with Rapid Funnel, and that's the platform that we're here using with Team Empire. But in October, this is what's going to be big, is October 11th to the 31st. We have two different things running simultaneously. So to the end of the month, anybody that gets the 90-second video that's a paid user, again, you're going to go to an expose section in your back office with resources when you put in a new prospect, okay? And we'll have little trainings on this here as well to learn about this. But every time that you send out a new prospect, a new name, a new exposure, the 90-second video, and they click on that and start watching it, guys, you're gonna start getting people coming through. Now, once you hit 40, your name is going to go into a drawing, okay? And you can do this as many times as you want to get your name in the drawing as many times as you can, because we're picking 5 names out of that pool of people, and each of those people will get $100 cash and an exclusive training with John Malott. So that's the one till October. And there's going to be also an ongoing accumulative exposure process that includes surveys and all the other things that you have to do, you're able to utilize in tools. When they click on it and review at least 50%, your clock or your people are going to continue to increase the amount of exposures. I'm going to do an overall contest at the end of the year for that as well. So back to you, Lori.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. Super exciting, guys. One of the things, too, that I just want to kind of go off of what Kyle said is that I at least am aware of some of them, and I'm sure Kyle and Tom know about more, but there's constant upgrades going on in Rapid Funnel. I mean, they are adding more and more features that are incredibly cool. So I encourage you to go ahead with that. The cruise, lots of cruise earners on this call, guys. I know that there's going to be more of these that are at our disposals to go out and win. Everybody's super excited about this. It's going to be a great time, and we encourage you to make sure that events are something that you're always going for, because really when you connect with people, especially, you know, when they're, because I mean, I'm going to be, you know, on that ship, and I consider myself one of probably the least skilled people that will be on that ship, and I'm excited about that. You know, I'm excited to learn from people who really have done very special things. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the power of three-way calling, and what I really want to do is introduce to you Kyle and then my son Tom, and I want to tell you just a little bit about these guys. So first of all, I'll start with Kyle. Kyle, you know, it's just such a great leader. I met Kyle in December. His energy, I think all of you know, is relatively contagious. He is a fun guy. The dolphin in the room every single time with a tiny bit of shark. I had the pleasure of having Kyle, you know, this floored me, honestly. So we told him about our Michigan event last week, and we told him about it like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks before it started, and he was immediately like, I'll be there, all the way from California, just for a home event, right? And sure enough, you know, he took a red eye out here. He didn't sleep. It was on Spirit, which we all know what that's like, right? You're like a sardine in a can. Came in, he stayed at my home. He was fabulous at the event. He's such a warm person. He's skilled beyond measure. 18 years in this industry. I feel very, very blessed to be working with him. Alongside him, we've learned a lot. We've had a lot of fun. We did the Shaker and Above party together. He came out to Michigan. My son and he had some fun as well. Tom's here beside me. Had some fun as well this past week here at my home. And what I really love about Kyle is that Kyle, he wants people to succeed. I don't know if you guys notice how often he's on these calls, how much he gives to this team. I mean, he is the promoter, he is the encourager, he is the skill set, he's everything. He's the whole package, and he's got the best eyebrows of anybody that I know. So that's Mr. Kyle McGregor. My son Tom, guys, I can't say enough about him either. Tom and I have been partners in this industry, in this profession, for coming up on 8 years. We have seen a lot, and we have muddled through it all. We've learned a lot. We've learned together, and I'm not ashamed to say that in most cases, I learn more from him than he does for me. I love the idea that these young people are involved, and they keep me very, very relevant, and I owe that to Tom. Tom does that for me, and he shows me a side to business that I've not seen, and I'm learning every single day from him. So I admire him. He's a great partner, and so these guys are really going to take it from here. Thanks so much for being so attentive, through the promos, and thank you for being on. And Kyle, I'm going to pass it on over to you.
Awesome. Well, again, it's important to be here on a weekly basis. Why? Because this is a system-driven business. And what you'll start understanding is a lot of times when you're talking to maybe a new, nutritionist that comes aboard, and they bring in somebody, and they bring on somebody, and sometimes that information is being shared gets lost in translation. So to be able to avoid all that, we want to make sure we get the information to everybody the same way, and we're walking the same walk, talking the same talk, and have the same communication, because that unification brings duplication. So it realizes that systems are really what can duplicate. Okay, people cannot be duplicated. There's only one Lori Kort out there, and Tom Kort. Guys, there's only one John Malott, one Sean Zimmer. But guys, if you learn a very simple way to create a platform where you can build off, and each person can learn from that source, that's going to be key. We're going to talk about DMO, or your daily method of operation. No, this is really our business. Our business is just to share and expose information, let them make an informed decision, let the tools do the work, okay? And so that needs to be your money-making activity. But let's just talk about the assets that we're building, this infrastructure, this good news of this phenomenal product that you can build a residual income and a leveraged income through your organization, the people you bring on as nutritionists. But guys, it all starts with you. You can't expect your team to do what you're not willing to do. So you want to, the pace leaders, the pace the pack. So make sure that you have your specific time frame that you're able to do these actions and activities, okay? So that's going to be your key to success, is staying disciplined and consistent and persistent with your actions and activities. So let's just talk about a simple goal that you can set for yourself on a daily basis. Let's just say it's 2 new exposures a day, 2 new people that you showed the video to, the 90-second video, and they watched it, okay? That's why we're doing these fun competitions to whoever, is going after it, making things happen and building their life around their business. We want to reward you. So let's just say 2 new people a day, 6 days a week. It's not hard, but again, what's easy to do is easy not to do. So staying consistent is going to be your key. So if you just did that, 12 exposures, new exposures on a weekly basis times 4 weeks, that's 48 new exposures, guys. Okay, let's just say a quarter of that. Just only 25% of those people enroll as a customer, and then only 10% of those numbers actually become a nutritionist. Now that's 12 customers and 5 nutritionists on a monthly basis if you stay in that case, and if that is your percentage of what you're able to bring aboard through this very simple system of walking them down this path of discovery. Guys, just in 12 months, you're looking at 144 customers personally and 60 new nutritionists. Guys, that's just the beginning. And that's if they don't do anything, or if they don't build those 60. Guys, that's what the whole key is, just you plug them back into the system. And guys, that can be very, very beneficial. And that compound effect over time will lead to a lot of financial benefit and gain. Now, one thing you do not want to do is this, Carol, right? Don't get aggressive. Be yourself. Be open and communicative, okay? Because we're going to be talking about, 3-way phone calling here shortly. But guys, you don't need to get aggressive. You get excited, right? And share it with people in a very efficient manner. That's what you're here to do, is learn a simple skill set. And I calling it kiss your business. Keep it super simple. So what is a three-way phone call? All it basically is, it's a conference call. It's between you, your potential prospect, and your support team leader, or somebody other than you, to help validate the information. Okay, that's what a three-way call is. Now, why are they so important? This is big because it does a lot of different things, and it's not just with your potential prospect, but it's also, you can utilize three-way phone calling for a lot of other things. But we'll talk about specifically doing it with your prospect and helping them get going and validating for the information they're taking a look at. So it provides third-party validation and social proof. So it's not just one person saying, check this out. It's larger than life. It's bigger than one person, okay? It allows guests also to see what's possible by hearing other success stories, not just from one source, but multiple. It allows a new nutritionist to get off to a fast start for a few different things. Simply learning the art of inviting. Guys, that is a huge skill set. And we'll show you how to do that in a very simple, efficient manner. In inviting to a prospect or a call, actually following up with a three-way call is where you want to show that your support team leader can show support, okay? And actually help them answer questions. It's really an incubator, kind of a training incubator, and they can hear how the third party communicates with their prospect as well, okay? So understand this, that this is a team sport. This is not going to be one just by yourself. Like, let's just say American football, for example. The quarterback, he played by himself, could never win. Each of us playing our roles in different times to help support people seeing a bigger picture of what we're doing. This is key. Now, this allows also nutritionists to leverage the experience of the sponsor who brought them aboard, right? And it helps them get it off to a fast start, because the more people we share this with, the faster we win. Okay, so this process will help and develop their language skills, their communication, their verbiage. I know Mike has been so amazingly open and humble in working with me and just literally soaking it all in and then sharing it in a very simple manner, right? The good thing is just learning this stuff and then applying it. Learn knowledge, activity knowledge, okay? So do it and consistently do it, and you'll continue to get better. Now, also, it allows nutritionists to learn how to handle objections, questions that they may have not thought about before. And the clause allows for duplication for your organization. Again, it's don't do what works, do what duplicates, right? Even though I know the majority of the answers that are out there that people ask, if it's my prospect, I don't answer them. I actually get someone else on the phone to answer those questions, because they say, look, I don't have to know everything to do this. I can lead people to the information. So we're training people from day one how to utilize it, how to benefit, and that it doesn't always have to be on them. They don't have to know 100% of the facts to do something here. Okay, leaders also use these calls too. And it's an effective way to prospect, to hear a different perspective, right? Let's just say a new prospect or a new nutritionist even comes into play. Always do a welcome call with a three-way phone call, right? And every time you're on the phone with a leader or up-and-coming leader, always talk about the big picture, right? But use third party to validate what they're seeing or feeling or experiencing. And it's okay to feel a certain way. Let's just say they're going through ups and downs or having a low time. It's okay to do a three-way just to talk about how they can become better and get them back in the place where they want to take action, okay? There's lots of different reasons why. Now, when do you want to use this? Well, we're going to be talking about the prospect side of three-way phone calling. So you basically, what I usually do is I have 2 or 3 or 4 different people that I know I can reach out to for a three-way phone call, knowing that they've already seen some information or are interested. They saw the 90-second video, okay, for example. And I text them and say, I'm going to follow up with this guy. He's already, because I know through Rapid Funnel that he's already watched the information, and I've already set an appointment to follow up with him, right? And so there I'm able to text, say, look, do you have a moment for a three-way phone call? And then whoever responds from those people that I have connection with, I give them a quick ring and I let them know. So, and then when I call them, now they're already informed about the prospect that I'm about to put them on the phone with, okay? So that's a big factor there. And, I like to do three-way phone calls. I mean, you don't have to do it this way. There's no cookie cutter, but I like to actually have them watch the information first, have them watch the video first to be able to really have an informed conversation, to have a knowledgeable communication versus the third party is going to be doing a full presentation on the phone, okay? That's the whole point, is getting them peaked enough to where they want to see the information for what it is, okay? So that's when I like to do that. And they're open to learning. Guys, there's going to be a lot of times people are just not open. Are you open to learning about, having a better way of life, having longevity? If you look at your DNA and know exactly what you need to look, feel, and perform your best, would you want to know? Right? If they're open to seeing and feeling, some people are just done. right? You don't need to waste time with people that have no interest, okay? Again, this is a law of averages. Let the numbers work for you. Don't work that in those numbers, because if you focus on those and don't get emotionally attached to whatever they say, or they like it or not, it doesn't matter to me, guys. We just need to go through those numbers and let them see it for what it is and walk them down this path of discovery. Now I'm going to bring on Tom to talk about the exposure process, the simplicity of how keeping your business super simple and the things you really need to get an expert knowledge about. So Tom.
Awesome, Kyle. I appreciate it, man. You absolutely killed that. And I just kind of really want to clarify some of the things that he said. You know, the main goal of a three-way call is to get someone else on the phone with an expert, okay? So then you might ask, who is the expert? Really, it's anyone besides you at that certain point in time, all right? For the fact that we use an edification process and we use this approach to go out and get people interested, curiosity, pique their curiosity, and then allow them to talk to someone credible enough where the information resonates with them. So that's really what I want to say about that. Let's go through the exposure process real quick. As stated, it's a guided path to sponsoring and following the system. And one thing I really do want to mention before we go through this last part is, number one, congratulations to each and every single one of you guys hopping on tonight's call. I know it's a Sunday night. Here Eastern time, it's 8:30 at night. You know, Pacific and you know, Central Mountain Time, it's a little earlier, but seriously, you guys are taking the right steps to go out and build this business, and you're taking it seriously, and none of it goes unnoticed. So we appreciate that. And then number two, I see some of you guys taking notes. We absolutely love that. You see, there's three types of people in this business. People that will, one, not get on these calls. Two, they'll get on these calls, they'll listen, they'll say they might listen to the recordings and never do. Or number three, they're people that get on this call, they take notes, they listen to the recordings, and then they apply the information, which is how this business actually grows. So really, you know, kudos to each and every single one of you guys. Kyle and I had long talks this past weekend while he was in Michigan, and really going through exactly what it takes to get to the next level of whether you're at step 1 or you're at step 10. This information tonight is the basics, all right? And if you can master the basics, you can master this industry. So as I go on, you know, number one is approach. Number two is the tools, all right? Shooting someone over a video. Step 3 is the three-way call, introducing them to an expert, being able to edify that expert in a way that though that person is the person that knows the information, the reason that person should get on the phone with your prospect. Number 4 is a live event. Kyle, you can just click through them. That's something or someone other than you. As Lori stated, live events are huge. They're belly to belly. And why they're so huge is because you have an emotional impact right away as you're speaking with someone face to face. Number 5, the trainings. Trainings like this. Monday nights, we have Monday Night Rise calls. They are campfire effects. They re-energize your mind. They reset your mindset and your goals every single week to go out there and figure out exactly what it is you want and why you want it, to go out there, figure out the numbers, and get to work. So next slide, Kyle. Perfect. Becoming a professional inviter. The importance of three-way calls. Now, this is huge. All right, to create an effective, hold on, I got to minimize this real quick. Business, there's 3 stages, all right? Stage number 1 is you're very dependent. You're just getting started in this business. You don't know a lot of information yet. You know, you just want to share the product and share the opportunity with your friends. Number 2 is you're independent. You're starting to learn. You're starting to understand the compensation plan. You're starting to hear similarities between everyone's opportunity presentations. However, you're not comfortable enough to get there. And then number 3 is interdependent. All right, which simply means that each and every single one of us has a role. And that does not mean that my role is more important than your role. It simply means that we concentrate on our own roles to go out there and find success. You see, I had a mentor once tell me that if you say what I say and you do what I do, you'll get what I have every single time. However, you also have to understand that Kyle McGregor, you know, sitting at influencer might be different than a builder who just joined the business. So it's not say what I say. You have to say what I said, do what I did, and then you'll get what I have. All right. So if you're on this call and you're just starting your business, understand that we have all simply been there, and your role is no less important than our role. As long as we team up and you do your job and we do our job and we come together, we can grow this business together. So next slide.
Can I add something in real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is super important that you realize this is a team sport. This is a business. Once you learn the rules of anything and you abide by those and you show the more efficient way to actually build it, because it duplicates. It's not about being dependent on somebody. You asking for a three-way phone call is not being dependent on them. This is a part of what we do. This is psychology behind it. Because people are thinking three things. Can I do what Tom just did? Do I have time to do what he just did? And do I really want to do that to the people I know? Right? Consciously or subconsciously. This is psychology behind this, okay? But if he's like this super knowledgeable guy talking about the whole thing, he doesn't talk about anybody else, but he's the one that's the data dumping on you, right? Guys, people are thinking, I can't do what he just did. Man, I would never want to talk to my friends like that, right? Guys, that's why we use the tools. And that's the whole systematic way of learning this process of the exposure process is say just enough to pique their interest so they want to see the information, right? Peek and pass, and then go down this path of discovery. You're just the way to just touch the information to them. But I want to hit home on this three-way phone calling, the importance of being not independent or dependent. It's not like, oh, I can do this all on my own. No, this is we're all playing a role in the game. And that's how you win. That's like a football game. Each one person has their own role at different times. So interdependence creates synergy in your business. 1 + 1 = 3 or 5 or 10 or 1,000, okay? Where we can all work together in synergy and it'll help facilitate that. Back to you.
Perfect. So lastly, follow the systems. And this is really the system of a three-way call. All right, let's start with you up here at the top. You have the trust between you and your prospect. All right. They're willing to listen to you to watch a 90-second video. They're willing to trust you about their word of euphoria. They're willing to trust you on your relationship with them. All right. Your prospect and the expert is where the credibility is then therefore synergized. All right. And that does not happen without crucial edification in the simple terms of, listen, you have to get on the phone with my man, Kyle. He's been in the industry for the last 18 years. He's helped hundreds of people find success in this industry, and I know you will resonate well with him. So just give me 30 minutes of your time, man. You have to meet this guy. All right, just a quick edification on why your prospect should trust the person they're getting on the phone with. And then the expert and you have the respect. They have the edification. You have the success, the knowledge, and you just have that relationship already built. You know, if I got someone on the phone with Kyle and he's the expert and he's talking to me, I already know Kyle's successful. I already know that he's knowledgeable about what he's talking about. I already know that he's a fun-loving guy and he's willing to help everyone in the world, right? So the main goal is to build that trust with your prospect because they already have trust within you. Build that trust between your prospect and the expert. And the easiest way to do that is edification. So go on, Kyle. Next slide, please.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So follow the system. Obviously, this is a lot to write down, and we're going through these slides quick. So if you are writing them down, we'll stay here for a second. However, view the recording once this is done. But let's follow the system real quick. We'll go through these. Share your mentor's background and any successes they've had. All right. Share a little bit about their family if it's relevant. All right. Share their success since joining the business. Discuss their great leadership and commitment to helping others. Express your gratitude for your mentor's time on the call and that they are helping you change your life and allowing you to pay it forward, and turn the call over to the mentor. Then from there, get off. Don't hang up, but I'm saying mute the call and let the expert take it away. Kyle, can you go back to that slide real quick?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So I just want to give you a quick example about how I would do it just off the cuff real quick. So if I had a prospect on the phone, ring, listen, man, you have to meet my buddy Kyle. He's been in the industry for the last 18 years, and he's found success almost every year he's been in this industry. All right. Since joining the business, since I've personally got started in this business, Kyle has flown out to Michigan from California on a red-eye flight to stay here for 9 hours and throw down at a home event with me. All right. If that doesn't describe the type of great leadership and commitment to helping others that he has, I don't know what type of person you're looking to partner up with, but I know that I am super thankful to partner up with him. So Kyle, I'm super grateful for your time, man. I know you have a packed schedule, but I'm super excited for you to meet my buddy here. And I just know you guys will click really well. So you can go ahead and take it away.
Perfect. I love that afterwards there's no talking, right? Because at the end of the day, if you interrupt them, right, let's just say I'm the expert, I'm talking to the prospect, and every minute Tom's jumping in here and saying and interrupting me, you're taking the credibility away of what you just gave to them. Okay. And if I can piggyback a little bit, I want to focus a little bit of time on here. And this may go over another 5-10 minutes, but this is important, guys. I'll tell you a story of what impacted me. And I know for a fact, if you're having a hard time growing your business right now and people aren't getting the big picture, they're not taking action quick enough, I guarantee it's because you're not doing these. You're not doing them enough, and you're not doing them often enough, okay? You need to utilize this as a skill set and a tool and get good at it. The best way you can get good at it, just like I've been able to become an expert, is, and I say that humbly, is because I've done thousands with my sponsors, the people that has brought me on and coached me and mentored me over the years. That's how I was able to become better. I've learned from Ron Williams. I mean, him alone, he is masterful in the way he does a 3-way phone call, right? But I want to mention this too. It doesn't have to be just some big leader or somebody that's been here a long time or made crazy amount of money. It could be maybe, a builder that's been involved for 2 months, right? So it doesn't have to be this guy is making millions of dollars and he's so knowledgeable, he's a geneticist. It doesn't have to be that person. Okay, it could be your business partner you're working with. Or what you're doing is you're helping establish credibility and trust with the prospect and your expert, third-party expert. Because I already trust enough of you to at least look at it and introduce somebody to answer questions, right? But the edification is the key component. And that comes through, that respect factor comes through that edification that we're talking about. So the 4 different personality types, right? You got A-type personalities that just want to know, how I do it, how quick, how fast, right? Or the blue-type personalities that they have to have fun, right? If you're not talking about fun, I don't even want to know about it, right? But then the green-type personalities are the ones that have to know all the information, right? The data, just show me the numbers, right? And then the last, the people that are more contributing factors, maybe, yellow-type personalities that just want to love and contribute and help other people win, right? There's a cause behind it, okay? So you can utilize those 4 simple things in just a simple conversation. Say, look, I just want to, just share a little bit about, this gentleman that I'm bringing on or this woman I'm bringing on. Not only are they doing wildly successful in the business, they're helping a lot of people win and actually break through some of their limiting beliefs, right? They're super fun to work with. My gosh, the most fun guy to be around. Just like what Lori did with Tom and I, edified us and brought us on, right? So we share the information. And she did very simplistic, coming from the heart. It has to be genuine and authentic. Guys, you edify this properly, and this will go so smooth. So if you remember nothing else, 2 things to remember. 1, do 3-way phone calls. And these are the reasons why. So you want to know how. This is the how-to. Again, you're here just to be the conduit to connect the information to the individual. And then let someone else answer those questions. You learn that simple skill set. Even if you know all the information, let the third party do the validation. And guys, your business will start blowing up. Did you want to piggyback off of that before we close this one out here?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's right. What he just said is let the expert validate everything that you already know and probably have already shared with the prospect. The reason they're on there is to validate exactly that we're in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right product. So Kyle, you just absolutely killed that. So we'll just move on, man. I appreciate you. So really maintaining the right belief, man. It starts with belief. It starts with hopping on these calls. It starts with staying around the campfire, and it starts with your mind. From there, it creates energy. You get fired up, right? You get excited for your dreams. Again, I highly suggest, number 1, if anything, figure out why you're doing this business. All right, what is your why? What is going to wake you up and motivate you every single day to hop on the opportunity calls, to call your prospects, to do those 3-way calls? All right, get a little fired up about the reason you're doing it. Create that energy because, as Ron says, energy is contagious, man, and it doesn't lie. All right, and I can guarantee you, if your energy is up on a consistent basis, the rest of your team will follow. All right, and so what that energy does is it creates action. All right, it gets your butt moving. It helps you make those phone calls. It helps you get over the rejections. It helps you get people on the 3-way calls. It helps with your edification. And what does action do, man? It creates results, which is what each and every single one of us are out here looking to do together. All right, so maintain the right mindset. And again, it all starts with your beliefs, staying around the campfire, keeping your mind right. All right. Law of association, being around the right people, communicating with the right people. Really figure out your belief and the reason you're doing this business. Get your energy contagious, and everything else, man, I promise you will follow. So Kyle, you want to hit on this before we end this call?
I mean, again, just like he said, it's all about our philosophies, our mindset, what it is that how we think about things. You know, keeping it positive, because you know what, you'll have ups and downs, you'll have high and lows, and the only way you fail in this business is if you choose to quit. But the one, as a leader, when I'm looking at my team organization, who deserves my time to work with them, I look at 3 different things. One, exposure is everything, right? Are they doing the exposures? Are they getting those numbers in? Number 2, are they following up effectively with those people that they're actually sharing the information with? If you just shoot a text out, like, oh, they never call me back. Guys, fortune's in the follow-up, right? Active exposure is everything. Fortune's the follow-up, and work with the willing. And the ones who are willing to work are the ones that I need to spend my time with, right? If they got excuses under the sun, they can't show up to a training, they can't show up to at least one overview, even online or offline on a weekly basis, guys. That's the bare minimum to build a business here, guys. So show up and win in your business. So I look at 3 things. We talk about, you know, the deserving factor, right? Working with the willing is, 1, how many exposures are they doing on a daily basis? How many follow-ups are they doing? And how many 3-way phone calls are they putting me on the phone with, or one of the other support team leaders in their team? Okay. Those are the things I look at. And majority of the time, the reason people are not seeing as many people coming aboard and get excited is because of that 3-way phone call, that third-party validation. Guys, this is so important. I'll leave this story with you, have Tom laid it out. But this was about 15 years ago, and I was kind of new in the industry, and I was kind of going through my ups and downs myself. And he's like, because there's no cookie cutters, no magic wand. I mean, it was the one thing you could do. It's like, no. What is one key thing I asked him? And this is a gentleman that has seen over $100 million in the industry. And I was just picking his brain. And I'm like, you know what? What's one of the most important factors in your business to build something that has duplication and you can build a long-term success with? He's like, Kyle, you can take all the tools away. You can take all the resources. You can take anything. But do not take my phone for the ability to do a 3-way phone call. Guys, in a previous company, we built a massive organization. We didn't have tools yet. We didn't have videos. It was edification of putting me on the phone, putting someone else on the phone. Guys, we built that before we even had a video. And he said, the gentleman I was talking about, he's like, that's all I need to build an empire with, okay? This is one of the most important tools. And if you're not doing this, you're not doing these enough and often enough, your organization will not grow as effectively as you think it will, okay? So believe me on this. You can learn from 2 ways. Learn from your own mistakes and learn from other people's. And that's why we're here every Sunday, to share our knowledge with you. And hopefully you'll take it in, learn it, and then put it into action. All right, back to you, Tom, to close things up. You're unmuted, buddy.
Man, I was throwing down over here on mute. As stated, you know, keeping your mindset right. Next week's training call. And what I highly suggest is taking the notes, sharing them with your team, going out and edifying this training call, saying how amazing it was, the takeaways that you got, and let's promote to get everyone that we know on next week's training call. Because one thing I want you guys to understand is that there is a power in numbers. And when you get a community of people all fired up with the same exact skill sets, mastering the basics together, we will go out and create an empire. So next week's training call, how to onboard your new nutritionist, how to get your new nutritionist started. That's going to be with Mr. John Malott, Mr. Kyle McGregor, and Micah and Misty Guido.
So before this next Sunday's call, make sure that you're getting your 3-way phone calls in, and 2, that you're utilizing the Rapid Funnel app. Because how we're onboarding people is through this very simple, easy to duplicate platform through Rapid Funnel. So make sure you download it. The group code is New Euphoria, all lowercase, right? NEWUFORIA is the group code when you download and you enroll with Rapid Funnel. Okay, we're going to show this next Sunday night. Okay, we're going to show how you can utilize Rapid Funnel to help onboard your people as a phenomenal tool. So that being said, back to you. Make sure you show up, have every person in your organization.
Perfect. So let's take action today. Let's again, I'm super excited for each and every single one of you guys, and to really close this out, I really want you guys to understand how appreciative we are that you guys take the time every single Sunday to hop on these calls, that you guys take the time to take notes, that you guys understand how much effort not only being put into this business, but how much effort that you guys can put in to find the results that you want. Whatever your goals are, whatever your dreams are, they are possible. All right. Number one is it starts with belief, then energy. All right. Then taking action. And while taking action, you'll find the results. So take what we said tonight. Let's start utilizing three-way phone calls. With that, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Have an amazing Sunday night. And don't forget, tomorrow at 9 p.m. is opportunity call. Great opportunity call to start inviting to starting right now. So I appreciate that. Have an amazing night. Love y'all.